on your entrepreneurial journey and experiences. So what are the biggest learnings you made, going the entrepreneurial route, would you say? What's the biggest learning?
Some of there's been some lessons along the way. One big lesson I learned is that your greatest struggles end up being the greatest opportunities in your business. So anybody that's listening right now through something awful in your business or your life, almost 100% of the time, you will look back 2 years later and say, wow, that was the best thing that ever happened to me. So it's important to remain reflective constantly. I'd also say that one of the other things I've learned, and this comes really more from the interviews I've done. I've interviewed some really cool, amazing people. I enjoy being around really big thinkers. I've interviewed Richardson, a bunch of the sharks on Shark Tank. I've also interviewed, what's interesting about the interviews is sometimes interviews, you could be interviewing your next door neighbor, not even realizing the amazing things they've done in their business life. So it's not always a celebrity that you're interviewing that kind of pushes your thinking, but have lots of billionaires who built these massive businesses. The one thing that I've learned from them is to always question your own beliefs, because I think we become very tied to our own ideas. And this is for anybody. It's hard, when you've been in a business or entrepreneurship or sales for many years, you get tied to your own beliefs. You become almost like you believe you already know thing. And once you close off yourself from learning, that's when you're moving backwards. You can't move unless you always question, never believe your own beliefs. So I know that sounds odd, but you got to be open to new ideas and thinking when somebody presents you with something that is not necessarily something you believe in, reflect on it. Take a moment and say, you know what happens if they're right? Maybe there's a better way that I can think about this. So that's this. And then the third thing that I've learned over the last 20 or so years, I have become a true believer in the law of attraction, manifestation. I believe I can be, do, and have anything. I believe if I wanted to be president of the United States, I could absolutely, no question, have that. But I believe that about anybody. Any of us has the ability to be, do, and have anything we want. So there's a lot to be said for learning the art of manifesting anything in life. So now I try to teach it. I have a 7-year-old, and I'm like, wow, if only I knew what I knew today about manifesting stuff. If I knew that when I was 7 years old, imagine me today. So now I try to teach my 7-year-old, buddy, you can have anything. You can be president of the United States, how you do it, or you can have whatever you want, and teaching her the art of manifesting stuff. So those are probably 3 of the big lessons.